We told you it was Great Lakes Awareness Day, and today Carolyn is making a big splash with her paintings. We're getting the artist approach with Carolyn Damstra. How are you this afternoon?
I'm great, thank you.
Thank you for joining us today because you have such incredible artwork here in front of us and even more to come. But talk to us, what was that first time you picked up a paintbrush and how did you realize that this was something you wanted to get into?
Well, I've been doing art my whole life. I was pretty much born doing art, drawing, and grew up doing a lot of art in school. And fortunately, I had really supportive parents who supported me to go to college at Michigan State and pursue art in college.
Yeah.
And in my 20s, I kind of wandered around and did a lot of traveling and went out west and did some painting out in the mountains there, and came back to Michigan State and got my master's in art history.
Okay.
Because I'm inspired by looking at a lot of the other great artists.
I love that.
So I wanted to be an art history professor for a while, but art kept calling me back. I did take a little detour in state government for a while, but I've been a professional artist for the last 10 years, and I'm fortunate to do that for a living and living the dream.
It really is so lucky and so amazing when you can really take your passion and make a career out of it. So I thank you for being here today, but I have to thank your parents as well for pushing you to getting into this. Now, just like you said, you're inspired a lot about the places it is that you travel. Talk about how the Great Lakes really inspired a lot of the paintings we have here.
Oh, the Great Lakes. You know, they say in Michigan, you're never more than, I think, 6 miles from water.
Yes.
So Michigan is just a dream for me because I love to paint water. It has so many different moods and the reflections and the patterns that you find in water. So I never run out of things to paint, you know. And so I especially love to paint Lake Michigan. So I love the many moods of Lake Michigan, depending on the time of year, the seasons, or the weather. So I like to paint it stormy, I like to paint it sunny, and the different cloud formations that you get coming up over the Great Lakes.
Which is true, Carolyn, because it's like every portrait tells a story. Tell us what your creative process is like. Do you take a picture of an area of a lake, or like how do you go about, you know, putting the first draft on a canvas?
So I paint both in my studio and I paint outdoors. So in Michigan, you know, you can't paint outdoors in the winter. Some people do, but it's pretty cold. Yes. So I also hike around and I get reference photos for painting in my studio, but I love to paint outdoors. It's called plein air painting. So I get inspired by going out and painting outside. So some of my favorite spots are up along the coast, Saugatuck and Grand Haven, but I especially spend a lot of time up by Sleeping Bear Dunes and all around the Leelanau Peninsula.
That is awesome.
Some of my favorite places.
And is that what we're seeing here on some of the portraits that you've brought with us?
Yeah, so this is Empire Beach up in the Leelanau Peninsula, just, you know, right in the middle of Sleeping Bear Dunes. And here we have, this is actually Sleeping Bear Dunes. You can see the dune climb here.
Absolutely.
And this is another one of Empire Beach here in the rocks. And this is actually Oval Beach over by Saugatuck and some of the dunes there. And then this is actually another one of Empire Beach. I didn't realize I'd brought so many of that.
I love that. And can I tell you, it puts me in a dream and makes me want to go there on vacation right now. But this isn't the only place that we can see your work. You're actually featured in a couple of places around Lansing.
Well, I'm in the Lansing Art Gallery. I'll be at the MSU's Spring Arts and Craft Sale, part of the East Lansing Art Festival. And then I'm online and at my website, and then I sell on Etsy. Sleeping Bear Damstra is my Etsy shop.
That is awesome, and people can also commission you for work as well, right? Can you tell us how you go about that process?
Yeah, I do a lot of commissions. Sometimes people have a special place that they have in mind that they want painted, or they want one of my artworks painted larger, so I do a lot of commissions.
That is awesome, and you create so much inspiration in this work. The fact that you're able to capture so much beauty in just a canvas is amazing. Since your work has inspired us all, tell us where along the Great Lakes should we put on our summer bucket list?
Well, you know I'm going to say Sleeping Bear Dunes.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.